welcome guys. So I want to talk about today that we have an option to cut your ad spend on Facebook and Instagram by 50 to 70%. Now I built a software that does that, and I'm gonna show you in a minute. But what do I want to explain to you? Like for example, we have these assets. Let's say find the older ones because some of them are brand new from today, but or from yesterday evening. And so for example, lead VD12, it means video 12. Now we're getting like CPM. This is like 1,000 impressions. You know how much it costs for you, 1,000 impressions, so 1,000 people to see the video. How much it's costing you? So it's costing me €1.27, right? Now per lead, how many people signed up, filled out the form? Now it's costing me around €1.17. Now for me to land a client, I need about 7 people to sign up, and one is usually potential client. So, and I'm selling something for around 200. So this is very beneficial for me. Like these 12 leads, I mean, this is just weeks, I think a week's, what's called like 1 week I'm showing here. But anyway, this is beneficial. And as well, I'm not really running this to we have an agency account which we run ads for everyone, so this is just for me testing the software and at the same time running those ads when I'm testing the software. Now so let's get into the software part. Right now we're gonna go into here, so I'm gonna show you what it does. So you can see there's a lot of settings and it's overcomplicated. The good part is that you don't have to worry about any of these things. So you don't have to actually set anything up because we're gonna run those ads for you. So you just only have to run ads with us. That's all there is to it. So for example, let's say you want to get similar results. So for like let's say this lead VD12, I tested as well an option where I ran without a software. So now CPM was about 7 or 8 euros for me per 1,000 impressions, reality, right? It varies. It can be 6, sometimes it can be 8, it can be 650, something like this, but when I'm using the software, you can see that to show for 1,000 people, it's costing me €1.27. Sometimes it does grow the price because the software cannot always make it fully like for free, right? And sometimes some people cost more to show than others. So it's gonna vary, but it's still gonna cost around under for my case, under or around €2 max per 1,000 views, which is great. In my case, this is super cheap, like I don't know, about 7 times cheaper than usually supposed to be, or about 5, 6 maybe, right? So anyway, the next thing, how does it work? So the software does this: when it sees an ad reached one person or impression, one impression, it deletes the ad and duplicates it. Why this matters? You can do this manually by hand and you will see that it works. So basically, if you go into any asset, right, and you're gonna click, let's say, you're gonna run the ad sets, loads of ad sets, so there's just multiple ads, right, inside the ad sets. And if you're gonna keep refreshing this, you will notice that you start getting impressions here, impressions and reach, and you will see like you reach 2 people, or you reached reach 2 people, impressions maybe 5, and you see the spend is 0, 0, 0, so it costs nothing. And what it does is, if you at that moment select and delete that ad, it's not gonna spend you any money, but you already showed to about, depending what's in the background, but you showed roughly, let's say, 3 or 4 people, right, seen your ad, but you delete the ad. And then if you go click and duplicate it again, and repeat the cycle non-stop, you will be running as well 50% cheaper the ads than you're supposed to run them. But you will be sitting all day on repeat, doing this all day, and making sure that your internet connection doesn't disconnect, nothing, so you will be refreshing and refreshing the page all the time, clicking, deleting, duplicating. It's effort, a lot of effort. Plus, look, I have spent over 12 million euros on Facebook ads, so I know what I'm doing. So when we run ads for you and we use the software, you're gonna get around, we're calling it 50% off, but some days you might get 70% off, and some days it's 50% off. Now, another thing very important is, like, if you're running these, like if you're yourself running any ads or you're using any agency, you know you always probably provide content to them, same as with us. We do not go and create the content for you. You have to have your own videos, you have to have your own images, you have to have something, some offer. It's because Facebook and Instagram works on offers, and that's the basic idea. You have to provide somebody an offer so they sign up. Most of the things what we do is we don't really deal with e-commerce stores because we're not bothered. It's too much effort. We're working with local businesses, and as well as, for example, we do work with e-commerce, but they're selling, let's say, log cabins, so there's like a high ticket items. So that's just one example. So they don't really sell online, they sell it over the phone, and this is where we come in. We do generate leads. We mostly consistently work on lead generating. So we get you leads, you call them yourself, some of them call you, but you still need to take care of your own leads, right? So we can cut your cost around 50-70%, good days 70, bad days 50%. So let's say if you, for every 100 euros, dollars, whatever you're spending, you will get double amount of reach. You'll get more leads. Of course, there's no consistent pattern. We know that we cut the cost. We know 100% because I already tested many times. So I know that our software works, and it does cut the cost drastically. But there is always things like to take in consideration. Facebook, it gets more expensive down towards, every month is more expensive from now on. And then, it restarts on the new year. So it's gonna increase. So let's say if you're running ads, you was running in January ads, and you was like getting certain CPMs, like 1,000 impressions for a certain amount. Now certainly you come to us and we run for you those ads, and they're like a similar price. That is good because you can test it yourself and run those ads without how to say try to run those on your own, and you will see that the cost has increased. So Facebook increases the cost. There's loads of factors coming in, but we know that the software cuts about 50% of your cost. So I think this is great for anyone that needs some leads generated, new clients. And this runs automatically, so I can connect multiple ad accounts. I have built the multiple options of the software, so I can connect multiple campaigns, multiple ad sets, everything. I can schedule when to turn off, so we do turn off the ads at 8 p.m. and then start at midnight again. That's for my case, but not for everyone. We're gonna do this. There's other things, we check here and there, and there's loads of things going on in the background, basically. But yeah, guys, look, if you want that we run your ads, we can definitely do, and we can cut your cost by 50%. If you know Ads Manager and you know how everything works, like in Facebook ads, you will understand that what I have is golden. For the ones that don't understand, sorry, but nothing I can do about it. Anyway, you can talk to an agent, we can do a call between us, and I can try to explain to you in more detail or more simplified way. Because when you see the Ads Manager for the first time, you might be like thinking like, what the hell is this? On top of it, I'm showing you the software, and then you're thinking like, what the hell is this on top of it? So it gets overwhelming if you're new to this. If you're not, it's pretty. If you're used to boosting posts, guys, don't boost post doesn't work, right? So don't start getting into any boost posts and stuff like that. It's nonsense. You're wasting your money. You're leaving, like you're losing money for nothing. You're getting no gains at all. So yeah, just one more time, I'm gonna repeat myself. How does it work? It's fairly simple. I found this 5 years ago, but there was no way to build the software at that time. Now I have already advanced, and I managed to build it myself. Now, after learning a lot of coding, after multiple years, yes, I have spent a lot of time on this, and now I build that software. So how does the idea work? Let me explain again in a simple words. When you run any ad on Facebook, usually first 5 impressions, or depending on the country, but let's say European country, US and stuff like that, for the first 5 impressions, or first few, like, you know, reach or impressions, similar thing, but impressions just shows to people multiple times to the same person. But when you show a person ad 5 times, usually it shows a zero. You spend a zero. So if you delete the ad in that moment, you're gonna be it's gonna be for free. You cannot always catch every single ad, delete and duplicate, because sometimes it shows to very valuable client, it bids high, and then automatically you're gonna cost you 1 cent, 2 cents, you know, stuff like that. But most of the time we catch those ads using my software, which is made for this. So as you can see, reach one, you know, for impressions, for reach. So as soon as it catches, it tries to delete it. So that's how it works. And you can see here in the key, let me pull it up. So you can see lead video 16 reached. You see it reached 2 and 8 impressions. Now we didn't catch it right in time, so it did spend 0.2, right? But look at this one. Then it caught another one where it reached 2 and impressions are 7. Where is it? Disappeared. Oh, come on, don't tell me it disappeared. But we, like, it's, as I said, it spent 0. So that's the idea of it. So some of them we catch and delete right in time. Some of them passes through and we cannot, you know, we cannot. So that's why it's not 100% for free. So yeah, we catch most of the time, but not all the time. So this is why we're getting about 50, realistically 50% cheaper ads. So yeah, if you want, we run those ads. Write a comment if you came from YouTube randomly. I highly doubt this video is made for people, that my agents that bring me people over. So you need to talk with them directly, and to about everything, you know. But then of course you're gonna get in touch with me and we're gonna talk over what's your business, what you're doing, can we help you or can we not, because we do not accept every single business. We only accept established business. We do not we don't work with startups. I have no time or patience, you know, to build a business from scratch from the beginning for somebody, because we need to work with somebody who has the budget and, you know, wants to actually work with us in a long run. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I explained it enough to be understandable, but if it is more complicated, talk to us, chat with us, and I'll explain it again. Just I think it's the easiest when you can ask me questions, not just watch a video. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.